Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
Hello, my name is Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
My name is Emily Adams. I'm the marketing director for the Texas Asphalt Pavement Association. We are here at our 3rd annual MAPS conference at the Waco Convention Center in beautiful Waco, Texas. I think the event has exceeded all of our expectations. We had an amazing turnout and great sessions and nothing but positive feedback. So this is our first conference in a convention center, and I'm used to working with hotels where there's like one person to talk to for everything. And so at the last minute, we realized we needed audio and video services. And so I contacted Lighthouse Streaming and Audio, and they were very quick to respond. They were able to, even though it was the last minute, they were able to fit us into their schedule, and they provided us with technicians and equipment to record our sessions, and we'll be able to provide the people who are speaking at those sessions with great video of themselves. I would highly recommend them. I highly recommend Lighthouse Streaming and Audio. I had nothing but a pleasant experience, and if we come back to Waco again, which we hope to do, I know I'll be in touch with them.
Hello, my name is Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
Hello, my name is Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
My name is Emily Adams. I'm the marketing director for the Texas Asphalt Pavement Association. We are here at our 3rd annual MAPS conference at the Waco Convention Center in beautiful Waco, Texas. think the event has exceeded all of our expectations. We had an amazing turnout and great sessions and nothing but positive feedback. So this is our first conference in a convention center, and I'm used to working with hotels where there's like one person to talk to for everything. And so at the last minute, we realized we needed audio and video services. And so I contacted Lighthouse Streaming and Audio, and they were very quick to respond. They were able to, even though it was the last minute, they were able to fit us into their schedule, and they provided us with technicians and equipment to record our sessions, and we'll be able to provide the people who are speaking at those sessions with great video of themselves. I would highly recommend them. I highly recommend Lighthouse Streaming and Audio. I had nothing but a pleasant experience, and if we come back to Waco again, which we hope to do, I know I'll be in touch with them.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
My name is Emily Adams. I'm the marketing director for the Texas Asphalt Pavement Association. We are here at our 3rd annual MAPS conference at the Waco Convention Center in beautiful Waco, Texas. I think the event has exceeded all of our expectations. We had an amazing turnout and great sessions and nothing but positive feedback. So this is our first conference in a convention center, and I'm used to working with hotels where there's like one person to talk to for everything. And so at the last minute, we realized we needed audio and video services. And so I contacted Lighthouse Streaming and Audio, and they were very quick to respond. They were able to, even though it was the last minute, they were able to fit us into their schedule, and they provided us with technicians and equipment to record our sessions, and we'll be able to provide the people who are speaking at those sessions with great video of themselves. I would highly recommend them. I highly recommend Lighthouse Streaming and Audio. I had nothing but a pleasant experience, and if we come back to Waco again, which we hope to do, I know I'll be in touch with them.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
My name is Emily Adams. I'm the marketing director for the Texas Asphalt Pavement Association. We are here at our 3rd annual MAPS conference at the Waco Convention Center in beautiful Waco, Texas. I think the event has exceeded all of our expectations. We had an amazing turnout and great sessions and nothing but positive feedback. So this is our first conference in a convention center, and I'm used to working with hotels where there's like one person to talk to for everything. And so at the last minute, we realized we needed audio and video services. And so I contacted Lighthouse Streaming and Audio, and they were very quick to respond. They were able to, even though it was the last minute, they were able to fit us into their schedule, and they provided us with technicians and equipment to record our sessions, and we'll be able to provide the people who are speaking at those sessions with great video of themselves. I would highly recommend them. I highly recommend Lighthouse Streaming and Audio. I had nothing but a pleasant experience, and if we come back to Waco again, which we hope to do, I know I'll be in touch with them.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen
last night. Timberwolves fell short to the Thunder last night. Up 5. They're up 3-1 now on the series. So got to talk about that. We got to talk about some NFL. Talk about some quick takes to go along. That's going on in the NFL right now. got to talk about some local sports. We'll talk about the Baylor Bears. We've been talking about their football program. They've got some new commits on the basketball side. We'll talk about that as well. And obviously, we'll close the show out talking about the game tonight. New York Knicks taking on the Indiana Pacers. That game is tonight. Can't wait to be able to watch that one coming up. I think the Knicks tie this up, but we'll talk about it, of course, here on the show today. Joining me on the show today, joining me over the phone today, we have familiar voice here to the show and face, Mr. PJ Gaither, calling in with us here today. PJ, what's going on?
Man, we chilling, man. Still upset about the Timberwolves from last night, but looking forward to some of these topics that we got today, though, for sure.
Yeah, the T-Wolves, man, they let you down yesterday, and we'll get right into that. The Minnesota Timberwolves fall short to the Oklahoma City Thunder yesterday by just 2 points. 128-126 was the score in that game yesterday, as the Thunder take a commanding 3-1 lead now in the series over the Minnesota Timberwolves. In this game, the stars for Oklahoma City showed up, and they played the way that we know that they can play. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 40 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds, just 1 rebound shy of a 40-point triple-double. J-Dub, Jalen Williams, 34 points in this game, 3 steals, 5 assists to go along with it. And a guy that really made some clutch buckets, especially in that fourth quarter down the stretch, Chet Holmgren had 21.7 boards to go along with 3 blocks as well. They got a lot of production out of their big three. We've been waiting for a while for this big three to finally form and to become the big three. Last night, you could kind of see that happening. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is showing why he is the MVP of the league. Whether people want to call him a free throw merchant or whatever, whatever it is, he's scoring the ball. He gets 40 points, and his team needed all of it as they only won by 2 points. On the other side of that, the Minnesota Timberwolves, like PJ just said, is really more of disappointment than anything. It's not much of the Thunder are just so much better, even though I do think the Thunder are better. But you lose by 2 points last night, and your 2 star players, Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle, combined for 21 points. 21 points. Anthony Edwards in this game, 15 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 16 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Julius Randle, 5 points, 7 boards, 3 assists. Still only lost by 2 because of the great efforts from Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who had 23 points. Dante DiVincenzo had 21 points. Your bench did everything you want your bench to do. The bench came in, they played well, they scored when they needed to score, they kept the game close. I was expecting, okay, well, in the fourth quarter, since they're at home, we're going to see Anthony Edwards start to take over. We're going to see Julius Randle start to take over. It just never happened last night. Julius Randle 1 for 7 from the three-point line, 5 for 13 from the field. My problem with that stat line is, why are you taking 13 shots? This is game 4 of the conference finals. And he was a little bit combative after the game when asked about only taking 13 shots or being locked up or whatever they described it as. He says, I don't think I played bad. I think he said he was just making the right basketball play. See, that's where
the problem.
Yeah, that's where the problem starts to kick in. The right basketball play is for you to shoot the ball. That just because we've heard LeBron say that, LeBron would say that when he's driving to the cup and he's got 5 guys on him and he kicks it out to somebody that's completely wide open and either they make or miss the shot. That's not the same scenario. You did not shoot the ball. You shot the ball 13 times and 7 of those were threes. So you really weren't giving that much of an effort at all. And then you only have 5 assists to go along with it. So it's not like, he had 16 points, but he had 11 assists or 12 assists like we've seen him do in these playoffs. Last night he was passive. He was just not looking for a shot at all. Okay, they're double-teaming you. Cool. This is the playoffs. Of course they're going to double-team you. And you just had 30 the game before that. Why wouldn't they double-team? It would be dumb for them to not double-team you. Now they come out and double-team you, and you just, I'm getting off the ball. I'm going to pass the ball. Julius Randle, I don't even have anything to say. You have 5 points, bro. Let's stop it. It was kind of, we don't know who won this trade, Karl Towns or Julius Randle. Hey, Julius Randle, you can no longer be in that conversation, bro, if you're going to get 5 points. 5 points. I know you balled out in the last series. You balled out against the Lakers, too. That doesn't mean anything anymore. We're in the conference finals, and you just scored 5 points. PJ, I know you've been rooting for the T-Wolves, man. What What did you think about their performance yesterday and falling short by just 2 points to the Thunder?
Analytics is what's killing them right now, because you got Ant saying making the best basketball move, which whenever you're the leader of the team and you're the best player on your team and you're the person that they pretty much depend on, definitely in the playoffs, to have a good game every game, the best basketball play, that goes out the window because you're the best player on the team. So you need to be trying to get your shots up and stop jacking up all these threes. And that's why I say analytics and killed it, because the Timberwolves is a team, to me, built off analytics, because you just see how many threes that they be shooting.
Yeah.
Even when they're not making them. Game 3 was an exception because they made like 20 out of 43s.
Yeah, game 3, y'all blew them out. So that's almost an
exception.
Yeah,
that's an exception. Y'all made 20 out of 43s. How many times y'all gonna shoot like that though? How many times any team is gonna make half of their threes in one game, or even shoot that many threes? And that's why I be saying it just doesn't make any sense to me that people would rather you'll want to shoot 60. And this is not an exaggeration, because these are real stats. These dudes that really done before. Y'all shoot 50 to 63s and only make 15 out of 53. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy, bro. Like, why are you still shooting? That's terrible. That's a terrible shooting night. I don't understand what happened to the mid range. What happened to getting stuff done in the paint? When you look at the Timberwolves team, they pretty much they're one of the bigger teams in the league, to be honest, man.
They are.
They one of the bigger teams. I mean, Nas Reed and Jay McDaniel, both of them are what, 6'9"?
Yeah, both of them.
6'8", 6'9".
Gobert 7'2".
Gobert 7'2". You know what I mean? Y'all got Randall like 6'10".
Yep.
6'9". So they one of the bigger teams, man. When you just look at like an overall team, as far as even with the starting lineup, but even towards the bench, because Nas comes off the bench. So like, I don't understand why y'all not utilizing it, using it to y'all advantage. Definitely against teams like, the Thunder, who y'all really are. I don't get it, and then it doesn't really help. Shout out to the Thunder, because they doing a great job. Shout out to Shea, Jalen Williams, Chet, because that big three, they still a young big three, but they kind of starting to come together. Definitely we seeing in this playoff run, but it doesn't help whenever the referees aren't calling the game the same way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For both teams, that doesn't help either. And I've never been a fan of anybody flopping. I ain't never been a fan of anybody doing anything like that. Even whenever we had James Harden on the Rockets, I just don't like that. To me, that's not basketball. If you gotta flail your arms all over the place and throw yourself all over the place to get a, to get a call, that's not basketball. You can't say, oh, but that's good acting. Well, acting doesn't come with basketball. Acting doesn't go with no sport. It don't go with no sport. What sport are we acting in? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that doesn't help either. That you really like. I mean, if you look at Lou Dort, you look at Caruso, you look at how they pretty much, man, they checking. They out there checking on the other side.
Yeah.
I'm talking about hand on hip, everything. They checking.
They've been letting them play physical for the most part this playoffs.
They've been hacking. They've been hacking, going crazy on the other side. You get towards the Timberwolves side, and they put a hand on Shea, man. It's a call. So that doesn't help, for the Timberwolves. But at the same time, you can't just put all of that as to why they lost the game. A lot of the reason is, like I said, the best basketball play is you taking a shot.
Yeah.
That's the best basketball play is you taking a shot, because you're the best player on y'all team, and everybody's going off of your energy. Everybody's going off of your intensity.
Yeah, I agree. So, I agree with that. And the main part is, well, for one, for the referee situation and the shooting the free throws, I'm like you. I'm not with all the flopping and stuff, and people calling SGA a free throw merchant and all that. Here's what I will say about that. Only way you get those claims is if you're aggressive. That's the thing I like about SGA. He's aggressive. Does he flop sometimes trying to get calls? Yes. But every time he touches the ball, he is aggressive. I seen people yesterday, well, he had 40, but he was only 13 for 30. I'm cool with that. It's the playoffs. I want my star to take 30 shots. We're in a playoff game trying to win a game. I want my best player who's averaging 30, I want you to take 30 shots. On the other side of that, Anthony Edwards, you not getting to the free throw line and getting those calls because you won't drive. You took 13 shots, and 7 of them were threes. A couple of them is layups, too. A couple of them is fast break layups. So that means that you really were never driving or being aggressive the entire game.
Why are y'all shooting these threes like this, bro? Like, Steph Curry has helped. He's helped bring the game to another level, but he's also hurt the game in a lot of ways. And I'm gonna say,
I don't really think it's much of Steph. I think it's the NBA being a copycat league and them trying to mimic what Steph did. Not your game. And at this point, it's just the point of being lazy when you're not, because it doesn't have anything to do with Steph and all that. Steph ain't even taking 23s in the game. Steph is getting to the cup. Steph is doing all, and he's the best ever.
He's the best ever. He don't have to because he's that good of a shooter. You guys clearly are nowhere near that. So you're going to have to take more. You're going to have to take more shots. Well, guess what? You're going to miss more than you make. And then y'all taking threes, like contested threes. They're taking contested threes that you really shouldn't even be taking.
Yeah, you'll never be able to beat a for sure 2 points. I don't care how many. They can add a 4-point line. You're never going to beat a consistent 2 points. You just can't. You're not going to beat it.
Y'all are going to have a historic night, a historic 3-pointer night every time just to beat them because of that. Because them guys, one thing I can say about Shea, he that mid-range.
Yeah, he's
gonna hit that mid-range every time.
He's an assassin. And I'm looking at their threes. The only person that took a lot of threes in this game on OKC is Jalen Williams, and he was hot. He went 6 for 9 from 3. But usually they're not even taking that many threes. I mean, we look at Boston. Boston is kind of an anomaly as far as a team that just shoots a lot of threes and can win. But they also have 7 max guys on their roster. So that's the reason that worked. They got Tatum and Brown, and Drew Holiday and Derek White, and Porzingis and Pritchard and Al Horford. Like everybody don't have that. That's why they were able to win like that. Most teams, just look at the past 10 years when the 3-pointers were spiked. What team that was just shooting a lot of threes the whole game won a championship? Nobody. Because you can't say the Warriors. The Warriors wasn't shooting a bunch of threes. It just felt like they were shooting a bunch of threes because when they shot them, they made them. But they was getting mid-range, especially when they got KD there. They was getting mid-range, and then when they did take a three, it's a wide-open three because you can't guard nobody because you can't guard Steph and KD.
When they had Sean Livingston.
Yeah, Sean Livingston was going to live in the post. They could still throw it down low and get David West to get a couple buckets down low. Andrew Bogut get a couple buckets down. Like, it wasn't all just one-sided three-pointer. The only team I seen doing one-sided three-point shooting was the Houston Rockets in 2018, and they didn't win. So and Anthony Edwards, you're not James Harden at this point. So that formula doesn't work anyway. Only reason that was working for the Rockets is because James Harden was attacking the basket the whole game from start to finish. He was attacking the basket. So I don't like it, like you said, this barrage of 3-point shooting. But really, what I seen last night was they don't want it. And I love Anthony Edwards, but everybody has prematurely anointed him as the face of the league. Oh, man, look at how he dunks. He's like Michael Jordan. Like, all of that has got to stop. I've been saying it, but when I see games like this, that's got to stop. Mike is going to go out shooting the ball. If Mike is going to lose, he's going to take 30 shots. Yeah. If Kobe is going to lose, he's going to take 50 shots.
50 shots.
So, well, I'm not going to compare Anthony Edwards to that guy because you can say the stuff like LeBron said of, I'm picking the right basketball play, but that doesn't really apply to you because LeBron is physically dominant. He can go get in the post. He can affect you with his defense. He can affect you with his passing. Your superpower is scoring. So if you're not scoring, you are hurting our team. And that's what, in my opinion, Anthony Edwards did yesterday.
Yeah, his superpower is also he's great on the defensive side.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is, like you said, is scoring and scoring inside. That's his biggest thing. Like his biggest.
That's what separates him.
That's what separates him is scoring. That's how we came to love him so much as a basketball player, from him being a number 1 player coming out of his class to being a number 1 overall pick, is that he can really score on the inside, not from the outside. Now, is it great that he has put that into his game, that he's able to shoot threes now? Yes. But I would way more love to see him shoot more efficient threes than just jacking up so many threes, you know what I mean, in one game. And you know, that doesn't do anything. Even if y'all win, to me, I don't like that on his stat sheet.
No, you
like
got to be aggressive, man. That's what your job is to do. And I think back to, I think like maybe January, December, somewhere in there, a regular season game that no one's thinking about. Anthony Edwards had a game like this where he didn't really get off. The Timberwolves lose. And he said, oh, well, you know, they're doubling me the whole night, so it's nothing really I could do like that. They were just kind of taking me out of my game, doubling me the whole night. And I watched Gil's Arena with Kenya Martin and all them dudes, and they said the same thing I was thinking. Oh, if you saying that, we're finna W the rest of the year. You're complaining about getting double teamed, and you're the best player? We're going to send it every time for the rest of the year. And that's what the first thing I thought of last night when they were double teaming him. What did he do? He just hurried up and got off the ball, and I'm going to go sit in the corner. I got to get off the ball. They doubling me every time I touch it, so let me get off. That's what they want you to do. You're letting them win every time you come off the ball real quick and just go sit in the corner or something after they double team you. And that same thing pops up in my head now. And I know Ant is young. He's only 23 years old. I'm not saying like, oh, this is the end for him or anything like that. I'm saying let's stop prematurely making people be the face of the league, making people be the best player, all this stuff, because we don't know who the best player is right now outside of Jokic. We don't know who the best player is. Jokic is still cut from that cloth of he's going to be aggressive, but I feel like Jokic's prime is already starting to go out just because of him physically. Giannis is probably the only person in the league right now that's cut from that old cloth of I'm going to go at you every single time I touch the basketball. But his team sucks, so it don't even really matter. Anthony Edwards, he's got to do better in this game for him to be able to come out and have some success. Do you think it's over with for the Timberwolves? They're down 3-1 now. They got to go back to Oklahoma City tomorrow. Are they pretty much over with?
I think it's over with because I don't really see them getting a dub in OKC. Definitely with, like I said, just the way they've been playing and with the referees, the way they're gonna call the game totally different in OKC. And you're gonna see more of a it's gonna be more like game one, honestly. It's gonna be, I'm not saying that they're gonna get blown out, but the calling is gonna get called that way because, to be honest, even with me saying how they called the game this past game for game, what was that, 4 or 3 or 4? Yeah, the way they called that game in game 4, the way they did it, it still doesn't. I mean, it still was way, way different than the way that they called it in game 1, in game 2 in OKC, and they were still slightly, loose with the calls. You know what I mean? They were kind of, like you said, they were letting them play. They're not gonna do all of that in OKC. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I don't really see them winning this game. And even if they do win this game, I just think the series is possibly over. OKC kind of got their number right now, and the Timberwolves are kind of shook. They're shook right now. And even you can try to play it cool as much as you want, but y'all shook right now, and it's showing. You know, you got your guy, your number 2 guy, supposed to be your number 2 guy, Julius Randle, is scoring 5 points.
Can't have it.
Can't have that, man. Can't have that. And then your number 1 guy scoring 15. Can't have it. Can't have it at all. Can't have it at all.
It's the conference finals, man. You shouldn't have to motivate somebody. You shouldn't have to be like, hey, we need a big play, right? That should be automatically known. And the things that makes it the worst before we move off these Timberwolves is they still only lost by 2 points. Julius Randle had his worst game in the playoffs, and Anthony Edwards was just not aggressive for no reason. And they still only lost by 2 points.
Y'all could have won that game.
Easily
could have won that game. Every time that they brought the lead like back or tied it up, it was like they just let the Thunder just go on a run. I don't know if you noticed that. Like every time, I remember they tied it up to 79-79, right? And then I looked up and it's like 88-79. I'm like, what's going on? Like every time that they would come back or even just get down by 2-3 points, they'll let the Thunder just go on a long, I'm talking about just crazy run.
Yeah,
that's why y'all lost by 2, because y'all playing catch up the entire game.
The whole
I don't
game.
know if at any
at
point
home.
they lead. At home. I don't think at any point in the game that I watched the entire game, I don't remember them leading at any point. And if they did, it had to be early part of the first quarter.
Yeah,
Like they was down the entire game. So I don't see them winning. Even like I said, even if they do, man, it's hard to come back from 3-1, and they're shook. Your star player, man, what makes me mad is Ant is not soft by any means.
no.
I hate
even
to have to call him soft. I hate to have to call him soft though, because just some of the things that he's saying. But I know that he's not soft. Like we know that kid not soft. He's not no punk.
No, not
So
at all.
I'm more disappointed because I know that he's not soft. Like that's just not him.
And that's
And
exactly the
soft,
way
right?
I would describe it too. It's disappointing because like we know what you're capable of. I watched him come out there in Game 3, and from the jump ball, it looked like he was on that. He wanted to smoke with everybody. He was driving. When he was shooting a three, he was making sure that he made them, or he was at least taking a good shot when he was shooting a three. And he was aggressive defensively. I seen him getting a couple steals at half court. None of that. I didn't see any of that in Game 4. I'm not exactly sure why. I don't know if they're tired. I don't know what it is. All I know is we're not going to keep putting you – I'm not at least going to keep putting you in these conversations as next face of the league, as best player and all that. When I see you go out here and have games like this multiple times. And like this the first time I've said this in the playoff. You've had multiple games under 20. We thought something was wrong with LeBron when he wasn't getting 25, 27 in a playoff game. And now that's his low numbers. And if he got 25, he might got a triple-double to go with it. Like we've killed James Harden plenty of times for going out in a game, in a big game, and going out there and scoring 18 points. Now Anthony Edwards comes out and scores 16 points. You got to get the same smoke, man. So I think they're done with. I think they're over with. I don't even think they get back to Minnesota. I think that OKC is going to close this one out at home. And OKC really, their big three, like I said in the start, their big three really stepped up huge for them in this game. Chet Holmgren took another step, in my opinion, as far as his development and making those big shots when his team needed it. We've seen that a lot yesterday. Final score in that game yesterday, 128-126, as the Timberwolves fall 3-1 in this series to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, I'm already starting to hear this kind of get thrown out, and I thought I would have to have this conversation maybe later in the summer, but we already have to have it now. The dynasty word is already starting to get thrown out with this Oklahoma City team. Can we let them win one championship? We don't even know if they're going to win. I think they're going to win. If I had to put my money on it, I have them to win. But they still haven't even won, and we're talking about dynasty? I get it. Their players are young. Chet Holmgren's young. J-Dub is young. SGA is probably one of their oldest players, and he's like 26, 27. Yes, they are young. But for one, with this new salary cap, this team's not going to keep looking like this. The guys are going to want to get paid. Guys are going to want to be a number one option. We've seen this before, but too many times to not think that. We've seen James Harden, KD, and Russ be on the team, and they have to leave because of money. We've already seen this before. So somebody's going to end up having to leave. Multiple of these role players are going to have to leave this offseason just because of the way that the money is. Go ahead.
I think a guy like Lou Dort not going to be there.
He's gone.
Forever.
He's forever. He's gone this summer.
Gone.
Unfortunately, because they're going to go over the cap.
Yeah. So
J-Dub is up for an extension. SGA is finna
Yeah.
get the biggest extension in NBA history, making almost $70 million a year. Where they can't pay all these guys, so it's cool. But dynasty, do you know what it takes to even have a dynasty? You know how hard it is to get to 2 in a row. And now we're gonna start throwing out dynasty. And do I think the Thunder have potential to become a dynasty? Sure, but can we let them get one? SGA just got the MVP. They hadn't even won the Western Conference yet. And we're going to talk about dynasty. This could be like how the Spurs was. This could be like how the Warriors. Man, come on, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah. They did the same thing with the Celtics, though, last year.
They did.
They
did. And what does it take? All it takes is one injury from a guy that never gets hurt. Tatum never gets hurt. He's one of the most healthy players since he's been in the league. He's one of the most healthy players since his time in the league. And he got a season and a half ending injury and tearing his Achilles. So we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what's going to happen. So to start calling them dynasty or potential dynasty already, like, come on, y'all. Let's let these guys win one, because it'll be huge for that market. Because when's the last time Oklahoma has won anything, just as a state in any sport?
Man,
So
wow.
that's going to be huge just for them. to be able to win. Let's let them enjoy getting the win before we start putting the pressure on them of a dynasty and before we start turning on them, because that's what we do as NBA fans. As soon as somebody starts winning, we turn on them. We liked Tatum when he came in the league and dunked on LeBron. Now we all hate Tatum. We was loving Anthony Edwards. Now I'm already seeing the people turn on Anthony Edwards. Like, so before we start doing that, can we just let them enjoy this? What do you think about them saying the Thunder could potentially become a dynasty if they win this year?
I don't really like that, man. They need to get these. Then that's the problem. A lot of these young guys that's coming into the league right now, that's in the league right now, early on, people are giving them too much hype, and these dudes are having to try to meet these expectations that's way too high, and they really haven't done enough to even be warranted those expectations. You know what I mean? So just give some time, man, to actually win, actually get to the finals. They haven't made it yet. I mean, it's still a 4-game. You still got to win 4 games. So at least give them some time to get to the finals. I'm even seeing them saying that SGA is the greatest. Is he the greatest Thunder of all time?
Yeah, I've seen. Man, come on, man.
Yeah, like nonsense like that. He's not even he hasn't even gotten close probably to how many points that KD or Russell has scored.
Like, come on, man. Like, what are we talking about? The best Thunder of all time?
They can win the finals this year, and I'm still not gonna put them over KD or Russ.
Or Russ. Well, everybody's always so quick to throw KD. Russell Westbrook is the best Thunder of all time. KD left.
All time.
I'm sorry. He gave that privilege up. If he comes back and comes to the team and wins, cool, they can revisit that. But he gave that up when he ran from the grind and went to the Warriors.
Yeah.
Russ is the best Thunder of all time.
He stuck through that.
That man averaged a 30-point triple-double with scrubs on the team.
Man. Dude got to do that first before y'all start just throwing them in front of these guys that we talking about. And we old enough, because a lot of these kids now, the 20, 21, and 19, they young, so they don't really remember just watching. Even dudes that's 23 don't really even remember watching the Thunder, which is crazy to me. But because they felt like yesterday, but they don't even remember watching those Thunder teams. And them Thunder teams were a problem. And it made me mad, man, because I seen on Gillis Arena that they was trying to compare this team to the 2012 team that made it to the finals against LeBron and them, and they were saying, oh, well, this team is a better team, and I just have to disagree with that. That team ran into a very, very hot LeBron.
They ran into the best player ever. That's why they lost. They were going to win, and they were like 22, 23 years old.
Come on, bro. They were young, and that Miami Heat team had just came off a year where they fumbled. They fumbled against the Mavericks. And so that was like, you got to make up for that. LeBron wasn't going to that same year that they played against the Miami Heat. That Miami Heat team went on a 27-game win streak during the regular season. So I need people to.
And the Thunder were favored. They were favored to win. That's how good that team was. That's how good that team was. They were supposed to 4-1 the Heat.
The Heat, who just went on a 27-game win streak that same season. So I don't.
They beat Kobe. They beat Tim Duncan. That's who they beat to get to the finals and lost to LeBron. Like, come on, dog. I don't want to be the old guy or the guy that's to get off my lawn or back in my day. But let's just keep it a buck. The NBA is not better right now than it was in 2012.
13 years ago.
It's just not. It's just not. Look at the star power that was in the league. Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Tim Duncan. These are all still at that height. The Celtics were still good with Paul Pierce and Ray Allen and KG and Rondo and all them. Dallas Mavericks just came off winning the championship with Dirk. The NBA wasn't better than it was right now, back then than it was right now. It's just true. It's just what it is. So I can't compare them just strictly off that. There wasn't no Kobe that Shea had to beat. Yeah, they beat Jokic and them. But Jokic and them honestly was hurt. We don't even know if they come out of that. Aaron Gordon tore his hamstring off the bone and tried to play. And it went to Game 7. I don't even know if they win if the Nuggets completely healthy. And this Nuggets team not good.
I don't think so.
So I don't like doing the comparisons and well, this team back in my day or this guy would have did it. But come on, man, it's just not what it is. I just heard Jeff Teague and them talking about it on their podcast. He said their team, the 15 Hawks, the team that won 60-something games, would have smacked the Pacers, and they finna go to the finals. And so he was like, I mean, it's just not – they're just not as good right now. And that's cool. It's transition years. NBA has always had transition years. They had a transition when Mike retired, and Tim Duncan snuck in and got a ring his rookie year. And the Lakers has started to build their dynasty and started getting it going. But there was transition years in there between Mike. If Kobe and Shaq don't team up, we don't know what would have happened. Because look who was coming out the East them years. AI came out one year. Jason Kidd came out a couple of years. The Pistons. There was no superhouse or powerhouse teams at that time. So the league goes through transition years. There's nothing wrong with that. We're just in that kind of right now. The league don't know what's going to happen. Once LeBron, KD, and Steph retire, they don't know what's going to happen because it's too many times I've seen Jason Tatum where I'm like, man, just play better. You're supposed to be the face. Anthony Edwards last night, just play better. You didn't really have to say that as much back then, and I'm not going to keep going on the back of my day stuff. But, yeah, I think it's way too premature to call this Thunder team a dynasty. Let's let them win one, which I think they're going to win, regardless who comes out the East, the Knicks or the Pacers. I think this team is going to win. But they're saying, oh, this is a great team. And I've seen other guys, Kendrick Perkins and other guys saying, oh, this might be one of the best defensive teams of all time. I'm like, okay, man.
Bro. The recency bias is crazy.
It's insane. They just gave up 126 to the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves are not a good offensive team. Like, they're just not.
Yeah, y'all really gonna, like, bro, they really gonna do that? They gonna act like the early 2000s? Bro, they crazy, bro.
Like, they're not better than any of the Spurs teams defensively. I'm sorry, because there's no Tim Duncan. How you gonna be the best defensive team ever and y'all don't even have a real rim protector? Y'all rim protector is Chet, and Chet gets punched on.
I'm trying to see. I know I was a kid, bro. We was kids in the early 2000s. These dudes was teenage grown men, pretty much. Like,
man, them dudes was in the league saying that. They was in the league saying that. The Detroit Pistons held teams to 80-something points for the season.
Bro, the Pistons?
Like, come on, man. That's the best defensive team I've ever seen is that Pistons team. But the Spurs have had some really good ones. The Warriors have had some good ones.
Sacramento used to had clamps.
Yeah,
Chris Webber, they had clamps.
I can't say that. This team's not better than the 13 Heat defensively. Like I'm not gonna say that, man. I don't like you said, it's recency bias. I get it. We need something to talk about. All that is good, but come on, dog. Let's let them be good. They start taking it too far. Every time I just want to let the Thunder be good, y'all got to take it too far, and now I got to remind people what's going on. But the Thunder take a 3-1 lead. They play again tomorrow. Like I said, I think this is over with. Matter of fact, I think that the Timberwolves get blown out in Game 5. I'm just gonna come out and say it. When you start quitting on your team like that, like Ant and Julius Randle was doing, that's what it was. It's quitting on your team. It's a wrap, man. I don't see them being able to do anything else. We got to talk about the Knicks and the Pacers. We'll talk about them a little bit towards the end of the show as they play tonight at 7 o'clock. I want to go into some local topics here on Centex Primetime. Talk about what's going on here locally. And this one is pertaining towards Baylor football, man. And I'm liking what I'm seeing from Baylor football as far as recruiting in these last couple of weeks. 4-star 2027 athlete Devontre Kirkland, safety out of University High School, is reportedly going to commit on June 14th. He's got his top choices: TCU, Baylor, U of H, A&M Tech, and Oklahoma. For one, I like to see that because there's all Texas schools on there. I like when Texas teams can keep our talent here in Texas. But Baylor's been on this kid hard, man. Baylor has really been attacking these local prospects, and I love it because, I mean, we talked about it on the show maybe a month or so ago. If Baylor wants to get back to what they once were, you got to start locally. You got to keep these kids home. We let the Kobe Blacks and the McDonald's and Trey Wisner, all of them got to Texas. And over the couple, and then even before them, we let the Javion Sundays and the Corey Blacks and all these kids in the last 3, 4, 5 years that have been great prospects coming out have gotten away and gone to these other schools. Now we're seeing London Smith committing to Baylor. Now we're seeing Jamarian Vincent out of Conley committing to Baylor. And I'm hoping that Devontre Kirkland is going to be the next one and follow trend of his teammate. His teammate already committed, man. And, I know you're a year behind. or he still got a couple years left in school. I mean, he's only a sophomore, but that'll be huge. That'll be huge if they can get him along with these other local prospects. What do you think about Baylor not only getting on the Kirkland kid tough, but keeping a lot of this local talent at home now?
I'm happy, man, because they're doing what why LSU ended up being just the reason why LSU has been so relevant for as long as they have been, because any person that's coming out, and we talked about this because recently this is why they haven't been as good these last few years, because they can't keep guys in that southern Louisiana region at home.
Mm-hmm.
But just a few seasons ago, we seen, just some years ago, 2019, we seen they kept guys at home, and you see what happens whenever you do that. You win a championship. So with Baylor, it's the same way that New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Lake Charles, all through that area, that whole area, southern Louisiana, and all the small towns in between every parish got talent. It's the same way Central Texas does as well.
Yep.
I'm talking about the exact same, the same way that the greater Atlanta metro area has all the talent, all the way from Norcross down to Grayson, all through there, South DeKalb,
Buford, all
they
schools.
got all them schools. It's the same way that Central Texas does, mainly Waco, Temple, Killeen. So keeping those guys at home the way that they're doing is great, because it's not only is it showing that y'all really attempting to, make your program be better and stay better, but you're also showing guys that's under these guys like, hey, Baylor they actually would come and get us, because when we was in school, we didn't feel like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I would say my class, because that's when they had just got in trouble, with the whole Art Brown situation. Yeah. Instead of staying at home and getting guys, just trying to get some more guys that, because y'all just lost y'all whole recruiting class. Y'all want to go out, not even outside of Waco. They went out the state.
Yeah, they were tripping when they did that.
They went out the state, and you seen what happened the following season after that. They were terrible. So, but you had guys right there at home.
Mm-hmm.
It was if I'm them, I would have been offering everybody at every school, all through the area. I'd have been offering guys, but this is huge for them. Definitely getting the Kirkland kid. I mean, that's another one that they got that's gonna stay home. And these guys, I feel like, and no offense to any of the guys from back then who, the Ma Dixons, any of them, man, Jay Hubert, all these guys. Yeah,
when they stayed home,
yeah, they all fam pretty much. So like, ain't no offense to them, but I feel like these young dudes got a greater chance, and I think that they'll back me on this. Actually, I feel like these dudes got a greater chance in being more successful because of because of the atmosphere that we're in right now in college football. I feel like these young guys got a better chance of taking Baylor to a whole nother level, even than what those guys did.
Yeah, and the Big 12 is wide open right now. That's why it's so important to me. I mean, especially in the next couple of years, there's no big bad wolf in the Big 12. When Ahmad and Billings and Salubi and all them dudes was at Baylor, they still had Texas and Oklahoma at their peaks. You had Texas coming off of Colt McCoy, and then had the little McCoy brother. You had Oklahoma coming with a list of people, Landry Jones, all them guys, even before they got Baker Mayfield and them down there in Oklahoma. So, there's no big bad wolf like that in the Big 12 right now. So we need these guys to come in and be productive, because the Big 12 is wide open. That's why I'm putting the pressure on Baylor, and why I have high expectations for Baylor coming in this year. There's nobody in the Big 12 that scares me, and there shouldn't be anybody in the Big 12 that scares Baylor at all. I think there's some teams that'll be good. I think Tech will be good. We'll talk about them because they're spending a super bag right now. I think Kansas State will be good again because they kept a lot of their good guys from last year. But there's no superpower right now in the Big 12. So Baylor got to come out and be competitive. To do that, it's going to start with keeping kids like that at home. So I like that they're starting to do that and starting to keep some of these kids at home. The 7-on-7 tournament is getting ready to start in Bryan College Station, I believe, at the end of June for the state 7-on-7 tournament that they do every summer. definitely going to try to get out there this year, especially because we got 2 local teams there. And La Vega High School will be there, who's coming off of a state championship runner-up year last year when they were the runner-ups and they lost to Carthage in that final game. And also we got our alma mater, and the Midway Panthers will be headed out there too as well. So 2 teams from the local area, from this Waco area that are heading to this 7-on-7 tournament. I like it. I know some people don't like the 7-on-7 ball. I like it for the skill guys, and I like to – because it's almost like doing one-on-ones. You get a chance to really work on your game on both sides of the ball. If you're a DB or if you're a receiver, that's who it's really for. This is for quarterbacks, DBs, and receivers. If y'all don't watch 7-on-7, that's who it's for. But if you're a quarterback, DB, or receiver, you really get a chance to kind of work on your game, man. It's a lot of one-on-one action. Ain't a lot of blocking or going on, nothing like that. It's you and the guy in front of you. So I'm interested to see what both of those teams could do. I like Midway chances of making some noise. I like La Vega chances of making some noise. I was watching some highlights of both of their action in forget where they played at a couple of weeks ago in the qualifiers for this 7-on-7. But I was watching both of them and, saw our nephew out there, Jacoby, had some pretty big catches from Midway. And on the other side with La Vega, I seen, man, they can't do nothing with Jabari Thornton. Now, we watched it during the season. They couldn't do nothing with him. But in this 7-on-7, man, they can't do anything with this kid. So I'm really liking La Vega's chances of going out there and doing something. What do you think about Waco, about La Vega and Midway both being representing Waco in this 7-on-7 tournament?
Well, if you make it to the 7-on-7, this is the state 7-on-7 tournament. Am I right?
Yeah. This is the state 7-on-7 tournament.
State 7-on-7 tournament, that means your skill guys are top in your state.
Yep.
So with that alone right there, I mean, ain't too much to be said. Those guys, that's a great accomplishment, and you're going into the season extremely confident if you're a coach. Definitely if you're a position coach, you're extremely confident going into the season because definitely with the way the game is played now, it was different whenever we were playing. I used to always have a little saying that, y'all can do all the little tricks 7-on-7, but y'all not going to be able to do some of that on this field.
Oh, yeah, it's still a different game when you get out there 11-on-11 with pads on. It's a different game.
Yeah, it's still a different game, but the game now is way more 7-on-7 friendly when the pads come on the field. So that's why I say, these guys, if you're a coach, man, you're going to be super confident with your skill position guys because, I mean, y'all made it to the 7-on-7 state tournament, and if y'all do really well here, then you already know going into the season that y'all going to be killing. And just to see 2 teams out the area both be there, man, and then it's going to be in Waco, you know what I'm saying? So they at home pretty much. They're going to showcase their skills, not only to the local people, but people that's across the state. And, it's always good to represent your school. It's always good to represent your school. Half of us was repping Midway. We didn't even stay over there.
But and that's what they need to get back to, man. I know y'all. I think they cut that open after y'all class. They cut that open transfer off. Y'all came in and started doing too much, so they cut off that open transfer after y'all came in. But they got to get back to that. That's why the football team was cold, man. We had that open transfer. I remember we started my sophomore year. We started getting people from kids from Marlin and Mart and Mahia coming in here. I'm like, man, where all these dudes coming from?
We had guys from all over Central Texas, man. They'd be driving to the school. They'd be driving to the school every day. So, that's what I say, man. It's good to represent your school, man, regardless if you stay in the area. Now, that's a school that you go to, so you need to have some pride for your school. Go out there, do your thing, and I believe that both them schools are going to do that. Both squads are going to do that for the 7-on-7 tournament. And I hope that they both end up meeting each other actually in the final matchup if they can.
Yeah, that would be dope. That would be dope if they get a chance to play each other. I'm not sure how the brackets are set. I'm not even sure if they set the brackets yet. We still got about a month before they get out there. But I'm excited to be able to see it. Like I said, definitely plan on going down there. It's gonna be hot, man. So PJ, bring you a towel or something, bro. It's gonna be steaming out there. That's the thing about the 7-on-7 tournament every year. I mean, it's hot. Everybody knows by the time it gets to 7-on-7 tournament, the real deal Texas Heat is stepping out and creeping out, but I will try to be there to support both of these teams, man. Waco's putting a couple teams in there, La Vega and Midway, so I want to see what those guys can go out there and do. The Baylor Bears have scored another big commit On the basketball side, Elijah Williams, 4-star in the 2026 class, has committed to the Baylor Bears. He's averaging 20 points a game in high school right now, 6'6" wing, headed down to Baylor. I'm never worried about Baylor basketball when it comes to recruiting, because one thing Baylor basketball has always understood, even before NIL, you got to spend the bag if you want to keep these guys down here. And they both programs, men and women, have been in trouble in the past for spending the bag. So they had no problem. Rocky was on here yesterday, and he said there's teams in college sports that never had a problem with paying people. It just wasn't legal. And as soon as it was legal to pay people, you seen them jump right to the front, like the Ohio States, like the Oregons, like the Georgias, all these teams. And if you're talking about basketball, Baylor is a top 10 spender in NIL money in basketball. I think they're spending about $8 million reportedly going into next year on their basketball program. So this is just another case of that, getting another big-time talent. Elijah Williams, the son of former NBA player and NBA coach Monty Williams, so we know he knows the game. And like I said, I'm never worried about Baylor recruiting when it comes to basketball at all. What do you think about Baylor landing another top 40 recruit on the basketball side?
It's like you said, man, I ain't never worried about Baylor as far as with the basketball program, because they stay very consistent. I do want to see them do a little better, but, I mean, they, like I said, they're still consistent. They're consistently still one of the better teams in the nation, whether that's top 5, top 10, top 15, or, even top 25. They're still going to be a team that's going to be respected. I don't think any team that plays up against Baylor takes them lightly. So that just shows their consistency. You know what I mean? So that's a huge pickup, though. And like you said, with his dad being Monty Williams, he definitely knows the game.
Oh, yeah.
All around. All around. When you're a coach's son, you're gonna know the game. You pretty much it's at home every day. You know what I mean? And your dad he's gonna be harder on you. If he's not your coach, he's gonna be harder on you than your coach. So you have no choice but to be pretty much successful. You're set up to be successful from the beginning. So, and he's a dog. He's a dog. I don't know if people really just don't watch him on here, but if you haven't, please go watch some of his highlights.
He can hoop for sure.
He can hoop. Yeah, he can hoop. He's going to be a problem whenever he steps foot on the court for Baylor. So I'm looking forward to the other guys that they're trying to bring on too. Right now, I've been seeing a lot of recruiting noise going on. So they making moves, definitely after losing, their entire team and everything through the transfer portal and stuff. So
they got to rebuild the whole team.
Yeah, the whole team. That's upsetting, but I know, Coach. I think Scott Drew can do it. So
yeah, Scott Drew can definitely, man. If he can't do anything else, Scott Drew can recruit. My only ask of him is, can we recruit some more veteran guys out of the transfer portal, maybe to fill this roster out? Because the one and done has not worked for us. Have we been successful? Yes, but we didn't win with Keontae George. We didn't win with VJ Edgecombe is going to be a top 5 pick in the draft this year. And he had spurts where he played like our best player, but he wasn't playing like our best player. And there's nothing wrong with that. He's 18 years old coming out of high school. Not everybody's going to step right in and just be the best player right away. But can we get some other guys to develop around them? When we won in 21, a veteran team. We had an all-vet team. Jared Butler, Davion Mitchell, Maceo Teague. We had guys that had been around the way for a minute, guys that was 22, 23 years old. Jonathan Chachua. All these dudes was like 23 years old. That's why we were able to go out there, have success. Mark Vital. We need to get in a good mix of vets. I love the recruiting side on getting the guys. They're going to spend the bag. Like I said, Baylor been spending the bag way before NIL came out. If you stay in the city, you already know. They've been spending. Hey, that ain't never stopped. NIL or not NIL. They ain't never stopped them. Baylor going to spend the bag when it comes to basketball. So I know they're going to do that, and they're going to keep getting these top recruits. I just want to see them kind of fill out this roster some more with some other guys. I want to go over to some quick takes while we got a little bit of time left here on the show today. Talking about NIL, we talked about this yesterday, PJ. Texas Tech is out here spending bread. Like, they're not doing no type of playing. They've got a new guy that's investing, a guy that used to play for Tech that's been investing in their program. Everybody knows that the cap for NIL in the NCAA is $20 million for all sports, but you can go way over that. It's pretty much no salary cap because if it's privately funded, you can only do $20 million of NIL through the school. But if the NIL is privately funded, like this guy is doing at Tech, there ain't no salary cap. So you can spend however much money you want. They're reportedly spending $50 million on their roster for next year. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we just talked about Texas reportedly going to have about a $40 million roster. Everybody's like, yeah, man, that sounds about right. They're spending the bag. Tech said they're spending $50 million on football. Now, this comes at the same time that the Kennedy girl in softball gets the highest softball NIL deal ever. Shout out to her for doing that. I'm definitely not mad at that whatsoever. I think the second highest NIL deal for softball was $175,000. She got $1 million. So she raised the bar all the way. But Tech is showing they're spinning the bag. We just watched Tech get to the Elite Eight in basketball. Now Tech's got a chance to really do something in softball because they spent that bag and went and got that girl from Stanford, who was a monster, by the way. If y'all haven't watched her, y'all need to watch. It's really the only reason I've been watching this softball World Series, man, because I've been trying to see what she's gonna do, and she ain't disappointed yet every time that she's played so far in the tournament. Tech is spinning the bag though. Reportedly, Micah Hudson is trying to get back into the fold of Tech after he transferred and left out of there. Like they're not doing no type of playing. I seen they went and got David Bailey from Stanford. They went and got I think they got I want to say 5 of the top 20 guys in the transfer portal are all going to Tech. They're giving out a bag down there in Lubbock. We know they got oil money. That's West Texas, Panhandle part of Texas. That's oil money. So they got a bag to spend. And the new guy that's been investing with them, he is now getting I forget what position they gave him, but he's pretty much a part of the school now. Like he's making decisions as far as the school. He knows what day the grass is going to get cut on campus and everything. He ain't just giving some money for football. He's dang near the president at this point, which you would expect if you giving $50 plus million to a school. So that's crazy. What do you think about Tech spending the real bag in this transfer portal and in this year in NIL?
Texas Tech, man. So any PWI school that's in Texas, whether it's a top school, PWI, they got money out here. It's different than certain other states where you got this selective school right here that probably got a lot of money. Every school down here in Texas got a lot of money. I don't care if it's Baylor, Texas Tech. It could be Rice. Rice even got
Rice
money.
ain't gonna be sorry for too much longer. As soon as one of them start caring about football, they ain't gonna be sorry.
Yeah, Rice got a bag. Rice like SMU. They got like SMU money. So it's different down here in Texas, and you seeing it with Texas Tech. Like we said, that's their oil money coming in. Me personally though, with them, I wouldn't let what's the kid man from Lake Belton,
Micah Hudson.
Micah Hudson, I wouldn't let Micah Hudson come back. Once you get into that portal, you jump yourself into that portal, you can't come back. Ain't no coming back. I don't care that you see that we starting to get guys and we doing this and we moving on, to looking different and starting to look pretty good, as far as just, on the off season. We ain't really seen anything on the field yet. You can't come back though. You made your decision. You know what I mean? So
pick your side.
If I was the coach, you jump yourself into that portal, ain't no coming back. So, but overall though, I'm really kind of interested in seeing how they're going to look going into the season because they're very. I think they're gonna be very good, man. I'm not gonna go too crazy yet because, like I said, we got to see it all come together. But I think that they're gonna be very good, and they're getting a lot of guys, man, right now. And with that type of money, like the one question I was gonna ask was, is the $50 million going to players, getting players, or is it going to, like that and other things in the football program?
No,
but really, that doesn't.
The 50 he's talking about is going to the players. Now,
Patrick
Mahomes has also gave a bunch of money too. I think he's getting stuff. Yeah. He's giving them new jerseys and he's helped rebuild their facilities. No, the dude I'm talking about, he is trying to get wins. He ain't giving no money for jerseys. He ain't giving no money for new popcorn at the stadium. He wants to put the best players out here on the field.
Yeah, Tech gonna be like that then. This is where it's gonna come to a very interesting thing these next few seasons. Then these next few years, really. And so Baylor right now, they trying to hold down the Central Texas area. They pretty much got a lock on Waco at this point. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I think they got a lock on Waco. Anything that's going on in Waco, the Waco metro area, anything around there, Temple, Killeen, Baylor got a lock on that. Texas, just as a whole in the state of Texas, can go and poach a player from anywhere, and not even just in Texas, but we starting to see them go get guys from out of the state, and how they did Justice Terry. Yeah, how they got a guy from Justice Terry from Georgia. He's supposed to go to UGA. Everybody's
that dude
expecting him
look
to
like
go
a
to
superhero.
He's a grown man.
There's no way that he's 18 years old.
That boy 18.
God, that don't even look right.
Yeah, he 18, bro. He's a monster. He's gonna be. I'm ready to see him on the field. He's gonna be taking a lot of guys. I'm telling you, a lot of guys gonna be making business decisions when they see him. When see him on the field, we're gonna be like that. But yeah, you got Texas. They can go anywhere and get a guy, across the state or the nation. But then you got A&M, who still plays a part in that southeast part of the state of Texas. Where this is going to come in for Texas Tech is there's not a lot of talent in the area that they're in. Mm-hmm. It is a lot of talent. It's a lot of talent in the whole state of Texas. But everybody know that, it's still more.
Yeah,
it's
not East Texas. It's not North Texas.
Yeah. It's not North Texas. It's not Central. West Texas. Like, you got a few schools out there that's always been good, like a Lubbock, Cooper. What's the other Lubbock school? Estacado, I think.
Abilene's had some good teams in the past. It's hit or miss.
You got Midland.
Yeah,
you still got some of those teams in San Angelo, Central, stuff like that. But the talent pool isn't the same, and you can see it whenever those schools come to the DFW and play a DFW team. They always end up just getting completely just beat bad.
Yeah. Sometimes.
But that's where it's going to come in for them. Where are y'all going to be able to snag y'all guys? But that's what I'm saying with the transfer portal, and with them guys really diving off deep into the transfer portal, and now going to start changing the atmosphere at that school. They're going to be able to get a lot of guys from different places too. That's going to be good, because they're not going to be able to rely like some of these other schools in the state are, just staying in your area and getting your guys. They have to go out their way and get guys, because it's just not a lot of talent in that one little section of the state of Texas that they're in.
Yeah.
So this is what's going to recruiting race in these next few years is going to make it very interesting, because all these schools got sections. TCU got Fort Worth. Baylor got the whole Central Texas, Waco, Temple, Killeen. Texas is just the entire state, and anything else that
Texas
they want.
Is national. Texas and Texas A&M is national. It ain't.
They're both national.
It ain't even about Texas.
U of H is coming back up a little bit.
I knew it. They're not going to stay sorry for long, man. U of H is that team that I'm always the most scared of in the Big 12, because when they do get good, it's going to be a problem. Because they can recruit. If they just recruit their city, they can be a top 15 team in the nation. If they just recruit their city.
Man, I'm talking about kids all through the Houston area. And we done seen them do it a few times.
Yeah, we've seen them do it before. And I mean, they keeping that kid that's the number one dual threat quarterback in Texas. He's already committed to U of H. So, they're starting to do it. It might be a slow build, but when they do get good, everybody should be scared of U of H when they do finally get good.
Yeah, they're like SMU, like I've been saying for a few years now. We seeing it. I said it some years ago. I said SMU, all they got to do is stay in Dallas, and I promise you they're going to be relevant.
Yeah.
You seeing it.
No, I agree.
Kids like, okay, I don't go to UT. I'll just stay home and go to SMU.
Yeah, and UT is only going to, with the way that the transfer portal is and the NIL is, UT is only going to get so many kids. It's not like UT can't become Alabama in the 2010s, because nobody's going to get 5 stars to sit on the bench for 2-3 years anymore. So Texas can be good, but they'll get the top guys. Like I said, they're a national recruiting. They'll get the top guys in Texas, but they'll also get the top kids in everywhere else too. They're just like Ohio State, just like Florida State, just like Oregon, all these different places. So Tech is spinning the bag. What Tech is gonna make up is doing exactly what they did. Let's go see who is good at other schools and get them a bag to transfer to our school. Let's stop worrying about. They're not gonna get. They got Micah Hudson a couple years ago. They're not gonna get a bunch of Micah Hudsons. They're not gonna get a bunch of number one kids in their state coming to Tech. That's not gonna happen. What they can do is all these dudes. Oh, you was good at Stanford, I'm gonna give you a bag to come over here. You was good at North Carolina, I'm gonna give you a bag to come over here. You was good at UCF, I'll give you a bag to come over here. So that's what Tech is going to make us. So I'm excited. I'm like you. I'm excited to see what this Tech team is going to look like in the upcoming season. Because spending money is no type of problem for them whatsoever. Clearly, they don't have no type of problem spending the bag, spending some type of money. Fox Sports has ranked the QBs with the most to prove going into next year in the NFL. I'll just read this list off and we'll talk about it. Trevor Lawrence, number 1. This is quarterbacks with most to prove. Trevor Lawrence, number 1. Anthony Richardson, number 2. Caleb Williams, 3. Bryce Young, 4. Justin Fields at 5. Sam Darnold at 6. Dak at 7. Justin Herbert at 8. Tua at 9. And C.J. Stroud at 10. They put some honorable mentions: Cam Ward, Kyler Murray, Mike Penix, Geno Smith, Jordan Love. I don't have too much of a problem with this list if you're talking about most to prove, because that's really subjective. I do agree with the number 1 though. I think Trevor Lawrence has the most to prove out of all the quarterbacks. Bro, we gave you $55 million, and you got us 3 wins last year.
Yeah.
Now we went and got you Travis Hunter. We got rid of all them overpaid receivers that we was paying, like Gabe Davis and Christian Kirk, and we brought in some studs. Brought in Brian Thomas. Brought in Travis Hunter. What you gonna do now? Ain't no more. We waiting on the development, or in 3 years he's gonna be really good. Nah, you're already on your second contract now, bro. It's time to show up. What do you think about that list that Fox put out with the quarterbacks and most to prove heading into next season?
I don't mind that list. That list's not bad to me. I feel like it's an accurate list. I mean, like you said, it's subjective. It's more subjective to depending on what fan base, you know what I mean? Some fan bases might feel like, you know, they quarterback should be a little higher on the list just because he probably hasn't produced as much, or some teams might feel like they quarterback should be a little lower. Probably not be on the list, but just should be a little lower, you know. So yeah, like, I mean, I agree with that, and I agree with number 1 for sure. Like we saying, Trevor Lawrence, I mean, it's only going to be so much time that we're going to continue to say, hey, man, he has a lot of potential, you know, but he's not living up to that potential. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At some point, man, once you're in the league for some years, and it's similar to the same pressure that I be giving to Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's going to be in the league for, a decade now?
Yep.
He's in the league for a decade now, and you still haven't done really nothing. You really haven't done nothing. Like, divisional round of the playoffs, yeah, we make it to that, but we lose that. You haven't got past that. You know what I mean? And it's quarterbacks that came well after you. I'm talking about well after you that are way more accomplished than what you are, but we still supposed to just sit here and believe that you're a top 5 quarterback in the league, top 10 quarterback in the league. You know what I mean? So it's the same pressure that's on Trevor Lawrence. Like I said, it's all that, he has a great arm and accurate and all of that. That's gonna have to go out. It's gonna have to go out the window at some point, man. You got to start producing around here. Definitely once we give you all this money, and like you said, he on his second contract, so he really has to stand on business this season. It's very important that he stands on business this season, because that's really gonna dictate maybe the way the rest of his career probably will go. And I don't want that to sound just too, you know, it's the truth though. You know, I don't want it to sound just like, oh man, that's too much. Like, no, I'm being honest. Is that real whenever you get paid as much money as he's gotten and y'all not even making it to the playoffs?
Yeah.
Y'all not even nowhere near winning your division. Like, y'all not even coming up second in the division. Y'all consistently third in your division. Y'all fighting for the 4th or 3rd spot in y'all division. And he's getting paid 55 million?
55 mil.
55 million? Man, come on, man. Like, that's crazy. So, yeah, no, it's very imperative that he stands on business this next season, definitely with the weapons that they got right now, because if you don't, this is going to dictate how the rest of your career possibly can go. Because what these guys don't understand, you can't get traded. You can't get traded, bro.
Oh, man, yeah.
You can't get traded.
You can get cut. This is the NFL. We'll
cut.
cut you.
Yeah,
we'll let you go to the crib.
Yeah, we let you go to the crib. Like, we're just, you know what I'm saying? We're a tank. We really don't even have to tank.
Arch Manning, K. Klubnik. It's some quarterbacks coming out next year that people will be taking for this upcoming season.
So, you know, he's one of the ones. Anthony Richardson at number 2. I agree, but then I don't. At the same time, he does need to be on this list, though. He does need to be on this list, but I just think it's over for him.
I wouldn't say most to prove, because what do we want him to prove? Y'all the ones that picked him top 5 and thought he could do that. I never thought that. Y'all just because you overdraft somebody doesn't make them have to. Well, he's got to produce because he got drafted.
Yeah.
Well, y'all the ones did it. We can't make him be good because y'all drafted Daniel Jones number 8. That don't mean that he should be good. That's not how it works. Like, so I get the Anthony Richardson one, but I'm a guy that's saying I don't think Anthony Richardson's gonna start. I think he might start week 1, 2. I think Daniel Jones is going to be the starter of the Indianapolis Colts. I already seen the writing on the wall. When Shane Steichen got the job, then they forced Anthony Richardson in, and it didn't work, and then Daniel Jones is coming over. Man, Shane Steichen want a Daniel Jones type of guy.
Yeah.
That's what he want to run his offense. He don't want Anthony Richardson. He want a Daniel Jones type of guy.
So and that's why I said what I said, because I don't think that he shouldn't be on the list.
There ain't that much to prove. The one I would have replaced him with, right? They got him on the list, but I would have put him right at number 2, Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, you went what they go 14-2, 14-3 last year.
14-3.
14-3 last year. You go out there first round of the playoffs, get smacked. They give you a big contract in Seattle because Minnesota said we already know what this is. We're not getting ready to do a Brock Purdy and pay you a whole bunch of money just for you to come out here and make us lose. If we're gonna lose, we'll lose with a cheap guy, and everybody else will get paid. Yeah. But Darnold gets $110 million from the Seahawks. The Seahawks, I don't even know what direction they're going. That's why I put Sam Darnold there. They're almost like, all right, Sam, we believe in you, but we kind of putting it on you year 1. You're going to come out and show us that you're good. We got rid of DK. Not saying that they still don't got weapons there, but they got rid of DK. They went and brought in Cooper Kupp and Jackson Smith and Jigba, who I think is kind of one and the same. I don't know. That don't really make sense to me. They're kind of the same type of receiver. But you got some type of weapons. Kenneth Walker, whenever he's healthy, is a problem in that backfield. What are you going to do? Because, we blamed all the Jet stuff on you. We blamed all the Jet stuff on you went to the Jets. You go to the Vikings, now you have success. Now there's expectation. Last year it was so easy for you to do good because nobody expected anything from you. I said after like week 3 or 4, I'm waiting for Sam Darnold to turn back into Sam Darnold. It just didn't happen until week 17 for them. But I think he got a lot to prove going into the next year, too. Obviously, Dak, we all know Dak's got a lot to prove. We don't even have to harp on that one. I think everybody knows Dak has a lot to prove. Tua, I kind of agree with the one with Tua, but then I don't because I can't even expect this guy to play a full season. So what am I expecting? Am I expecting health or am I expecting good football play?
He ain't got his brain.
Yeah. And I think everybody was like, man, Quinn Ewers went to the 7th round. I'm like, I think that might have been the best situation for him because he's going to get a chance to play. You get picked 7th round, you go to the Chiefs or something, or even the Cowboys. Yeah. You ain't finna play. But you go to the Dolphins, it's almost an 80% chance of you playing at some point throughout the season, bro. So I don't know a lot with him having a lot to prove going in the next season, but I don't think the list is that bad. I do like Trevor Lawrence at 1. Go ahead.
Yeah, Tua, like I said, he ain't got his brain.
He's got to worry about being healthy. It ain't even about his play. I think his play is mid, but I've always thought that.
Yeah, it's very mid. But I don't agree with playing football still.
I don't. Yeah, exactly. I don't even think Tua should be playing football. So I'm not gonna put the expectation of you better come out here and win it. I don't think he's that. I don't think he's that good whenever he's fully healthy. But with him pretty much knowing that at some point he's gonna get hurt and not be healthy, I don't see that working out too good for him. And then your coach vapes. I'm never gonna trust a team if your head coach is vaping and playing Call of Duty with his players, bro. It just shouldn't happen. I'm sorry. I know he can have a new age wave of guys. Bro, you pull the vape out on the sideline, bro. I don't trust your decision making. You make millions of dollars and you chose to pull a vape out. This is free will. You could, and then you did it during the game. We'll never see you unless you're on the NFL sideline.
He could have put a blunt out or anything.
Anything. It's probably here in Miami it ain't legal, but you can go wherever. It's legal somewhere else. You could have done anything. This man pulled out a real deal vape like he's an 8th grader.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I can't trust you guys from that alone. So I'm not putting that much pressure on them. We're almost out of time here. I want to go over to the NBA game that's getting ready to start here. Pacers versus the Knicks, getting ready to tip off in just a minute. We saw Karl Anthony Towns have a huge fourth quarter for them to come back and win. Are the Knicks still alive in this series, only down 2-1? You think they got a chance to tie it up tonight, even though Indiana is at home?
They got a chance to tie it up. It's just the way that they're going to have to come out. They got to come out very aggressive. They didn't come out aggressive in the first 2 games at home. You seen what happened. Yeah, they got to come out aggressive, man, and they got to somehow, the way they did this past game, stick with the Pacers' pace of the game, because the Pacers play very fast.
Yep,
they play very fast. They just a bunch of hoopers, bro. They just a bunch of hoopers. That's really what it comes down to with the Pacers. They're not scared to go at you. I mean, they're gonna come at you the entire game. Tyrese Halliburton, he's not shying away from going at you. Siakam, he's gonna be coming at everybody on that team is just coming at you. So with the Knicks, y'all at home, y'all got some momentum, y'all finally won a game. You know, with Cats going 20 in the fourth quarter. It's going to come down to where y'all going to start this game off, because if they start this game off slow, they could get ran off in this game. They got a chance, like I say, though. I still think they got a chance. And if they tie this game up tonight or tie this series up tonight, this for sure going to a game 7. But if they fail to do that, I'm going to give them to maybe game 5. But or game 6, game 6. Maybe I'll give them game 6. But yeah, no, they got to come out. They got to come out strong. They got to start out fast, man, because the Pacers, they're going to come with it, right? This game, I feel like they're going to come with it this game, definitely after losing the way they lost this past game.
Yeah, the Pacers are going to come out with a point to prove. They're playing at home. They got a 2-1 lead. They know if they win this game, the series is pretty much over. The Knicks not coming back down from 3-1. They're not even built like that as a team to be able to come down from 3-1. I still think the Knicks have a chance in this series, but they got to win tonight. I mean, this is a complete and total must-win game for them to win tonight, and the Knicks have already seen their formula to winning. Karl Towns has to hoop. It's that simple. Jalen Brunson can do whatever Brunson is going to do. This is on Karl Towns. Brunson is going against Halliburton. Halliburton is another star. Towns, you are going against Miles Turner. You got to kill, and you did it. You did it in the fourth quarter. You literally killed Miles Turner the entire fourth quarter, and I'm just wondering, why are you not doing this the whole game?
Do it the whole game.
Yeah, so
got to do it the whole.
They've got to come out and be aggressive tonight. They got to be able to close it out tonight. To win this game tonight if they want to stay alive in the series. They lose tonight, man, they over with. Them New York people gonna cuss them out so bad when they get back to New York. Like it'll be bad. And I know the NBA is looking around like, man, this gotta be the worst. Indiana versus Oklahoma City. This is gonna be the cheapest finals tickets in NBA history. This is gonna be like whoever played in the 1968 finals. This is gonna be like them ticket prices, because ain't nobody going to Oklahoma. We used to seeing stars at the finals. At least one night, you'll see Usher or somebody pop up at the game court. Ain't nobody going to these games. You might see Baker Mayfield at a game or something. You're just gonna see a random guy with money. It ain't gonna be no celebs in none of these games like that. Pacers versus Oklahoma City. Come on, man.
Is this the first time small market versus small market?
It's done happen at some point, I'm sure, in the 70s or something like that. I forget who the Trailblazers beat
in recent times,
when they beat. In recent for sure. Because even though Cleveland was a small market, it was LeBron James, so it didn't matter where he was playing. LeBron could have been playing in Waco. It would have been considered a big market because LeBron is there. So the Cleveland one don't count. But OKC versus Indiana.
Yeah.
Who is the stars? Who are they going to put? You know, usually in the little promos for the finals, they'll have the people from that city, the star guys come out and, hey, we're going to come win this. Who's going to come out for the Pacers? Who is the star guy from? We're going to see Garth Brooks come out for Oklahoma City Thunder. We're going to see a country music star. What's the dude that's on American Idol? We're going to see him come out and walk the Thunder out or something. I don't know who's going to come out for either one of these sides. Would it be an Indiana OKC? I think that's who the finals is going to be. But that all depends on the New York Knicks tonight, in my opinion. If the Knicks win tonight, they can still win this series. But if they come out and do like the Timberwolves do and fumble it, this one is over with, man. The Pacers, too much firepower, like you said, PJ. Too much firepower from multiple different guys for them to be able to come back from down 3-1. But that game is getting ready to tip off in just a few minutes, folks. We want to thank everybody for tuning in with us today on Centex Primetime. As always, make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube, Centex Sports Network / Centex Sports TV. Also, subscribe to the website, Centex Sports Network. You can watch all of this content. You can also watch all of our sports contents as we cover local sports here on the website, CentexSportsNetwork.com. Go over there and check us out. You can follow me. You see the bottom ticket there at Jalen Gillis on Instagram. You can also follow this show on Instagram at Centex Primetime to catch more of the clips from the shows. Want to thank PJ for jumping on here with us today. Folks, we're going to be back tomorrow, same time, same place, to bring you guys some more of the action. We'll see, did the Knicks get a little bit closer here tonight, or will they fall down 3-1? That game getting ready to come on in just a couple of minutes. Signing off here today is Jalen Gillis. We will see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Everybody have a great evening.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and